Hello there, welcome to Genesis Models. I'm Bill Boudreau, and in today's video we're going to be taking a look at Dream Models' AH-1Z Viper attack helicopter. This is a 72nd scale kit. Now, I'm not too familiar with Dream Models, and it certainly wasn't the box art that attracted me to this kit. This is a new tool, and it is a 2020 release, so hopefully it'll be something good. So I thought maybe we'd take a quick look at it. So like I said, nothing really special regarding the box art, but I thought maybe I'd point out here that the box shows you got a couple configurations that you can build. You can do it fully exposed with the rotors completely out, all the weapons mounted, or you can do with the main rotors folded in, mounted on its support struts, and the whole helicopter on its tow cart. So little cool feature right there. Be able to save some space on your shelf or get this helicopter on your desk or something like that. But really good to go. Let's go ahead and dive into the box. All right, let's go ahead and open it up here. Oh, okay, I'll tell you what caught my eye here when I opened that box up. Let's take a quick look at this clear part here. Not many clear parts going on in this kit. We just have this canopy right here, and I gotta tell you, it is very, very clear. And what I really like is I love these panel lines that are on here, so to speak, where it should make masking this panel up a breeze. One thing that I did notice here is that we do have, I'm not sure if you can pick that up with the camera, we do have a scratch right there. And I can't really feel it on the top or from the inside either. So I'm not sure if that's something we can buff up. But so far, this canopy piece is looking spectacular. Jumping over to the sprues, we only have 2 sprues going on here. So what really caught my eye right when I opened up this kit was the level of detail that's on this airframe right here. I mean, go ahead and look at that. We've got a lot of vents going on here, a lot of recessed panel lines throughout the entire airframe here. And when you catch that light right there, you can see all of the recessed rivet detail going on most of these panels, especially this access panel right here on the inside of it, and both sides of the panel lines that make up these panels here. Just an incredible amount of detail. We've got some access doors going on with some protruding hinges. Right here we have some protruding bolts or something for that particular panel. So far, this is just exceptional detail. Coming over here, we have one of the engine inlets, and that too has some exceptional panel line detail with some recessed rivets going on there. All of this should take a wash exceptionally well. Coming over here, we've got one of the tail rotor blades. So, you know, I know this aircraft has 4 tail rotor blades, so it must be a 2-piece assembly. We'll have to kind of take a look at that with the instructions. Over here, we've got some pieces for that tow bar. We've got the seat backs going on right here for the cockpit. A little bit of flash going on with these seats, but nothing of major concern here that you can't take care of with a little quick sanding. Coming over here, we have the main rotor blades. And although main rotor blades typically do not have a lot of detail on them, we do have some level of detail for these hinge points, as well as maybe some striping there where we can get some weathering going on, or perhaps these actually get painted with some striping. Not quite sure, haven't taken a look at reference photos yet of this aircraft, but all in all, so far, so good. Looking at these wing tips, a lot of riveting and bolt detail going on with some panel lines. We've got the rocket tubes, or at least half of them here, with a little bit of detail going on there as well. Now these parts right here, part of the tow cart. So one thing to note with these pieces, although they're just simply for a tow cart, is, you know, this portion right here is the actual piece for the cart. And then here is for the other piece as well. These hold the wheels on. And these connectors in the middle are actually where they put the ejector pins for the mold. So they're not necessarily on the part. And I think when you see this throughout the kit, they strategically place a lot of the ejector pins in areas where they're not actually on the part, or like in these cases with these engine exhausts here, they're on the inside where you're never going to see them. Even here where you have the engine exhaust, the ejector pin mark is on the inside, so you will not have to see that, not have to fill it or sand it or anything. So that's a prominent theme throughout the kit, and so far very well done with the mold. Coming over here, we have some more parts for the tow cart. Sidewinders are one-piece assemblies, so you really don't have to worry about assembling them. They do have really good striping detail on there, so should be quick work to be able to tape those off and paint them and really spiffing them up. Looking at the cockpit tub here, so a lot of slots going on where there are other bits that you're going to have to install on this cockpit tub, so that those bits are what provide that detail for it. Over here we have the main rotor blade supports that, should you build this with the main rotor blades folded up and the helicopter on the tow cart, those are those supports that hold those main rotor blades up. A couple other parts too going on here, and even then they have an incredible amount of detail on them. I mean, look at the spring mechanism that's going on with those. So very, very good. A lot of other bits going on right here, specifically for main and tail rotor actuators. So all in all, I think when you have those rotor assemblies put together, that is going to be an incredible amount of detail and precision into the actual application. All right, let's look at the other sprue. I'm not going to talk too much about the airframe, but this one certainly looks as well detailed as the other half also. Coming over here, we're taking a look at some additional bits for the cockpit. These are those other pieces that go in that tub to provide the cockpit that detail. We've got the horizontal stabilizers going on right here. Really great detail with those for the various panel lines and the recessed rivets. Same with the wings as well, a lot of detail. You know, and I'm not noticing any flash whatsoever on these other parts, so maybe it was just the seat backs that had it. But really, for some of these other parts, not anything of concern at all, in a good quality mold. Wheels for the carts. So here is the main rotor blade hub assembly that connects to the gearbox. Here's one of the gearbox pieces as well that will go on the bottom side. So again, too, with different protrusions going on here, you actually have other bits that mount on there from the other sprues. So ultimately, when you have that main rotor blade all connected to the aircraft, that is going to be an incredible amount of detail with different actuators going on, and should look exceptional. Coming over here, we have some rocket tubes, the front and back of the rocket tubes. Got the skids going on here. So here, I guess here is one area of concern with these skids, is that they do have some ejector pin marks on the top side of them. So maybe a little bit of filling there and sanding that you'll have to do, but again, nothing of any major concern. So we've got the Hellfire missiles going on right here. Not that they contain any sort of significant amount of detail, but good replication of the front fins right here and the back fins as well. Coming over here, we've got the mounting racks for both the rockets and the Hellfire missiles. Another piece here for the tow cart. We've got the cannon assembly that's going here on the nose. And then right here we have that is the nose tactical target sighting system. So a little bit of good detail on that as well. All right, let's take a look at what else is in this box here. So we got a little bit of photo etch and the decal sheet in this little bag. Nice little touch adding the photo etch here. And what I'm picking out is that, okay, we've got some photo etch pieces that are grills that can be mounted on the exterior of the aircraft. We have some seat belts going on right here. So that'll help spruce up those seats that didn't have an incredible amount of detail. So really nice touch there with adding the photo etch seat belts. Maybe a couple pieces here for that tow cart as well. So, you know, and the other thing too is this is in its own protective plastic as well. So really, really nice touch by Dream Models here with the photo etch. Taking a look at the decals. Now I'm not seeing that these decals are made by any other party, so it looks like these may have been made directly by Dream Models, you know, and they're very, very crisp, very cleanly printed. There's really no pixelation going on with any of these images, and some of these smaller decals you can actually, you know, with your eyesight, you should be able to make out some of that print. You can actually see what some of the words are. So very, very nice decals. And I like the fact that they're thin. They're not thin as in like cartograph decal thin, but they're not thick like Hasegawa's either. Maybe a little more comparable to Tamiya's, or even a little bit thinner than Tamiya's decals. So hopefully the micro set and the micro sol will work its magic on these. All right, let's close this out with looking at some instructions here and the paperwork. All right, so we've got a really nice glossy sheet of quality paper going on here with this instruction sheet. Coming up, it's almost poster-like, to be honest with you. So here we have, starting off with the cockpit assembly, the instrument panels. Now, I didn't really note the instrument panels on those sprues, but it looks like you get some decals going on there. Getting the rest of the tub assembly put together. We've got some exhaust going on, the rocket tubes onto their mounts. Same with the Hellfire missiles. You got the wings going on here with those wing tips. A little bit of cart assembly. Here's the main rotor assembly with the different tilting rods and whatnot that go onto that gearbox piece. We've got the front cannon going on right here. Here's one of those support struts for the main rotors if you build the helicopter in that on the tow cart. Coming down here, we've got everything going together from the airframes to the tub in the middle. Of course, we've got the wings and the horizontal stabilizers. So really overall, just simple assembly going on right here. On the back side of this piece of paper, we have the two configurations that you can choose from. So here we have where everything is exposed, main rotor blades folded out, whereas down here we have those main rotor blades folded in for more of a thinner profile, and then we've got those supports for these blades as well as the tow cart as well. One other sheet here in the box, we've got the markings and the painting guide. So interestingly enough, this sheet accounts for 3 different configurations that you can do. Here's one tail number for an aircraft in that paint scheme. Here are all the markings for 2 other tail assemblies going on here. So, you know, in this small box, we have 3 different aircraft configurations that we can go for. So nice touch by Dream Models. So I love this kit. I mean, huge thumbs up to Dream Models. They really went all the way around this kit and detailed it to a high degree, and I really didn't find many issues with that. I mean, okay, so we had that little scratch with the canopy glass there, and I think maybe that's something that we can buff out, or we'll have to see about that. But overall, I mean, this kit was amazing. You know, and if you're looking for a break from a big project, this kit can probably be finished in a weekend. So, very impressed. Nice job, Dream Models. I encourage you to go out and get this kit and have some fun with it. In the meantime, I'm Bill Boudreau. This is Genesis Models, and I'll catch you later.